All right, guys. With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? It's not big news that Joker 2 is absolutely horrible, and it's not big news that Joker 2 is a flop, especially as a $200 million movie. Just to give you guys some perspective, that is 100 times a bigger budget than what Terrifier 3 had. But oh my God, it just did something that I did not think it would do. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now official. Joker 2 has finished its second weekend, and it is now the worst second weekend in the history of the comic book genre. The biggest second weekend drop-off in the history of the genre.
Wow.
Comicbook.com headlines this: Joker 2 box office plunges in a second weekend, the worst drop ever for a comic book movie, and one of the worst drops ever for a wide release Hollywood film in history, comic book movie or otherwise. And if you want to get a sense of what kind of company now Joker 2 is in, take a look at this. Joker 2 is now the biggest drop-off ever in history for the genre at 81.3%. And again, that makes it one of the biggest second weekend drop-offs in movie history, let alone the comic book genre. But in the comic book genre, that means it has beat out the Marvels that had a 78% second weekend drop. That, I'll be honest with you, there were conversations saying that will never be beaten. When that 78% drop happened, a lot of people said, and I didn't disagree, that that's a second weekend drop-off that will never be beaten by a wide release film in the genre.
Joker said, hold my chattering teeth.
Hold my chattering teeth. It also beats Shaquille O'Neal's Steel. Woo! That had a 78% drop. It was a worse second weekend drop-off than Morbius. That had a 74% drop-off. A worse second weekend drop-off than The Flash. That had a cataclysmic 72% drop-off. A worse second weekend drop-off than X-Men Dark Phoenix at 71. A worse second weekend drop-off than Hellboy 2 at 70. Ladies and gentlemen, Joker 2 had a worse second weekend drop-off than Jonah Hex and Ant-Man 3, both which had a 69% drop-off respectively.
69, dudes!
I knew that was coming.
That's
that
what
was
she
coming.
said.
This is, in all the wrong ways of using the term, remarkable. It is an absolute remarkable. I need you to keep this in mind. Joker Folie à Deux made $7 million in its second weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Transformers 1, which unfortunately is a total flop, and it's great. I can't emphasize it. Transformers 1 is great, and it's a total flop. But Transformers 1, which in and of itself is a complete and total flop, is in its fourth weekend and made $3.5 million, $3.6 million. Joker made $7 million, a $200 million movie, Joker Folie à Deux, a sequel to a billion-dollar film, a sequel to an Oscar-winning film, a sequel to a film that was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. It's taken an 81.3% drop
Wow.
in its second weekend. Now, if you would have asked me last week, because I think somebody asked me over under 65% drop. I said, that's a good line. I'll take the over on 65. But I didn't, because you got to remember, the first weekend was a big disappointment. The first weekend, it only made 40 million bucks, 37 something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that means a lot of people didn't go see it. I said, even out of morbid curiosity, I think there's going to be still a decent amount of people to go see it. So it'll have a big drop off over 65%. But I didn't think it would be 80%. or 91 or 81.3%. I didn't think I would not have thought it was going to be that big. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Dollar Shave Club. Hello there, my fellow handsome gentlemen. Nice face you shaved there. Whether you're going smooth shaven or maintaining a beard, Dollar Shave Club offers shave and grooming products that are always high quality, but never overpriced. If you like to wet shave for that clean, close shave, they've got the Club Series 6 Blade Razor, a shave so comfy your skin will take a nap. 6 stainless steel blades for our closest and most comfortable shave, with a vitamin E infused lubricant strip for comfort and glide and precision trimmer for precise detailing. Their amazing shave butter, clear view, smooth glide, designed for precision. Shave butter is a translucent shaving cream alternative that allows you to see exactly where you're shaving. Bonus, it has long-lasting lubrication that helps soften whiskers for maximum glide and leaves your skin feeling hydrated. But don't take our word for it. Try it for yourself. You can visit their site right now for 20% off $20 or more and get your products delivered right to your door. Visit dollarshaveclub.com/Campea and use promo code Campea for 20% off $20 or more. And remember, however you shave, Dollar Shave Club is here to help you stay handsome.
Yeah, because usually with movies like that, you're gonna get like a gradual, peel off, not a drop as if it was a tentpole film.
No. I mean, and again, this is the sequel to what was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
Yeah.
A billion-dollar comic book property, an Oscar-winning film, only the second comic book movie in history to be nominated for Best Picture of the Academy Awards. Beloved. And that's how bad it is.
Just as many people went to see Beetlejuice in its sixth weekend as saw Joker in its second.
That is dumbfounding. That is absolutely. By the way, Beetlejuice 2 has now crossed $400 million. It has officially made more than Black Adam.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice 2, ladies and gentlemen, is officially now made more than Black Adam.
It's a Black Adam plus.
I didn't personally like Beetlejuice 2, but I know a lot of people did. And it's, man, if you had asked me, God, if you had bet me, if you can get into a time machine and go back 4 months and say, John, I will bet you $10,000.
Need my sports almanac.
That Beetlejuice 2 will end up making, what number do I want to throw out there? Will end up making more than double of what Joker 2 makes. You would be collecting $10,000 from me because I would have happily taken that bet.
Yeah.
I would have taken that bet and laughed in your face, and I'd already be in Vegas spending that $10,000 knowing that it was coming to me any minute
because
now.
For me, I was looking forward to Beetlejuice 2, but I was excited about Folia Du. And
I was too for a long time.
Yeah.
I was too. I mean, the trailers weren't great. The trailers weren't great, but and look, was it a questionable decision to go with the musical route? Yes, but I thought it was ballsy. I thought it showed willingness to take a risk with it and roll the dice on. I thought, you know what, this could be really good.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a disaster.
The problem is to me, the musical numbers were an afterthought that didn't push the narrative.
No.
I don't care. I love Moulin Rouge. I like musicals. That's not the problem. It's that it was jarring. It was like, what is...
No, and I've said it several times. I said it in my first out of the musicals work when the music tells the story. You know, you look at a movie like one of my all-time favorites, Moulin Rouge, or you look at Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman, right? When the music starts, they're telling you the story in the music. In Joker, they stop the story so they can do a musical number.
Yeah.
Story stops so they can do a musical number that doesn't do anything to progress the film. And like, when I first saw it, because I got to see it a little bit early, because they did that early, those fan screenings that a bunch of people got to go to. And when I went to go in to go see it, Joker 2 still had I believe a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. Only a few critics had seen it. So it had like a 60 something percent. So I'm like, and which wasn't far off from where the first Joker
We
was.
talked about it. We were like, this is on par.
Yeah, the first Joker had a 60-something% too,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not for everybody. So when I came out of it, I remember getting ready to do my out-of-theater reaction, and I thought to myself, people are going to hate me for saying this, and I'm going to be the only one that comes out and says Joker 2 sucks. But I had to because I thought it was terrible. So
Yeah.
I came out of the theater, and you guys who saw my out-of-theater reaction, I was like, this movie sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. Everything right that the first Joker film does, the second one gets wrong. Everything the first one did right, the second one does wrong. And it turns out I was not alone, because now it's got a 33% and a 32% audience rating.
Yeah, and again, this kind of goes to another subject, but like, look, the critics and the audience, more often than not, are actually in line with each other. A lot of people like to say they're not, but they are.
Oh, 90% of the time they are.
And look at this. So that, you know.
And by the way, just want to remind everybody that Madam Web has a higher audience score than Joker 2.
Yeah.
But again, despite how much I disliked it, despite the critic score and the audience score and all that kind of stuff, I have to confess, did I see the biggest second weekend drop in the genre's history at the box office ever? No. No, I didn't see that coming. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the failure. What is Vader's line? Your failure is now complete.
Yep.
The failure of Joker Folia Do is now complete. What a disaster this entire movie has been. And again, you know what? I don't even think it would shock me so much, or I wouldn't even care about it so much if I didn't love the first one so very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? What do you think the contributing factors? Obviously, the movie isn't that good. But other than that, what do you think? We've seen lots of not good movies. We've seen worse movies have better second weekend drop-offs than this. What do you think contributed to being the biggest second weekend drop-off ever in the history of the genre? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.